next episode of Better Call Saul.
Thank God he's dead.
I could put more guys on the place if that's what you're thinking.
Open for business.
What you're doing to help the little guy, it's incredible.
I'm just getting started.
Hey guys, Kiwi here, warning you spoilers for Breaking Bad, El Camino, and Better Call Saul up to Season 6, Episode 5. In this video, I'll be breaking down and discussing the new promo trailer for Episode 605.
I just need you to know that I know.
It wasn't me, Cliff.
Sounds like money. Okay, great.
Like the video if you end up enjoying it, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitter for more Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad updates, and if you really enjoy what I do here, maybe even consider checking out my Patreon. With that being said, let's jump right into the breakdown.
Who is this Saul Goodman? You?
You got it.
So episode 604 was great. I can't believe the episode is over. I want more Better Call Saul. I got a handful of breakdown ideas to discuss this week in regards to the events of episode 604, but for now let's break down the episode 605 trailer, giving our thoughts and predictions on what could happen next week. We start at the trailer with Kim barricading her door by shoving a chair into the door handle. Does something specifically happen in episode 605 that causes her to do this, or is she just doing this every night now, just genuinely terrified that Lalo will show up? I'm gonna be discussing this more in a future video, but do you think that Kim tells Jimmy about her confrontation with Mike telling her that Lalo may still be alive? In the trailer, Jimmy says, "Thank God he's dead," which leads me to believe that Kim may keep this to herself, but again, I'll discuss the possibilities more in another video this week. We see Mike and Gus revisiting the underground construction site that will one day become the Super Lab. They're wanting to start building again, but unable to due to Gus being rightfully paranoid that Lalo is still alive and out there. Mike assumes what Gus is thinking, saying he can put more guys on the place. I assume Mike is suggesting the fact that Gus can resume construction as long as Mike has enough men on the lookout, but considering the end of episode 604, Gus already knows that Mike's men are stretched thin. Gus may delay construction for a while longer while he finds Lalo and attempts to take him out again, but this time for good. Again, considering the events of 604, they're really building up Lalo returning, which I'm very excited and anxious for. I'm surprised we didn't see him in 604, so we gotta see him in 605, right? We see Jimmy officially opening his Saul Goodman office, but will we see him get the Statue of Liberty blow up from the Kettlemans? I suspect we'll get at least one final Season 6 Kettleman scene, with Jimmy and or Kim possibly revisiting them for the Statue of Liberty blow up, considering the hold that Kim has on them since episode 602. But also, will we start to see construction in Saul's office, building that Cathedral of Justice that they talked about in 601? We also see Kim talking to her previous assistant, saying that she's just getting started, which mirrors the same line that Howard said in 604. Francesca is in the trailer too, showing that Jimmy will get his new/old receptionist in 605, but could Kim be hiring her own assistant as well? In a way, we could see both Jimmy and Kim hire their own assistants in the next episode. Speaking of Francesca, yes, it appears we'll finally see her return in 605 in order for Jimmy to have a waiting room instead of that giant line outside his new office as we see in the trailer. Not only that, but it appears that she's the one that Jimmy gives the "what Colonel Sanders is to Chicken, Saul Goodman is to the law" speech in order to try and convince her to rejoin the team.
What Colonel Sanders is to chicken, Saul Goodman is to the law.
Although I look forward to the full version of this speech, I assume that he'll have to end up showing her the carrot, aka a huge wad of cash. We've been wondering who confronts Howard in the parking lot all season long, and now we know it's Cliff. After the Wendy scheme in 604, Cliff confronts Howard on his fake hooker and drug problem. I guess that enough seeds have been planted that Cliff finally believes it, as benefit of the doubt has reached its tipping point. Howard says that it wasn't him, and that he didn't do anything, but Cliff doesn't believe Howard, saying that he just wants Howard to know that he knows. The clever thing about the Wendy scheme, which I'll most likely be discussing in its own video, is that it links back to Jimmy sending sex workers to Howard's lunch in season 5, who was coincidentally out for lunch with Cliff at the time. Jimmy and Kim are able to spin Jimmy messing with Howard last season into something productive with their plot against Howard this season.
I don't know you and owe no money to you. That's it.
Don't touch her!
This is awful for Howard because now Cliff knows or thinks that this has gone on for a while, thinking back to that lunch. Since they used Howard's actual car in the Wendy scheme, it's going to be really hard for Howard to prove his innocence, even with the alibi that he was at therapy. This may be where Howard starts to fight back. Howard knows that it was Jimmy who sent the sex workers to his lunch with Cliff in season 5, and now he knows why. I believe that Howard will be able to link the recent events, including the Wendy scheme, back to Jimmy with the fake drugs in his locker as well, considering that he knew it was Jimmy messing with him back in season 5 with the hookers and the bowling balls. But back to the trailer. As someone opens a cabinet of chemicals with warning labels on them, Jimmy speaking into his earpiece saying sounds like money, along with a confirming okay. In regards to the man with the chemicals, is that the same man that we saw in previous trailers dumping chemicals into a container? Also, what call did Jimmy get that entices him it'll pay well? Is it something involving the cartel, or even Mike and Gus's side of the situation, or is it just another opportunity due to all of his new clients and the fact that the word is out that he represented the Salamanca cartel? If the latter's the case, we could potentially get yet another Breaking Bad cameo on top of already seeing Spooge. And also, I just gotta mention, they're really making Jimmy feel like Saul Goodman here with the whole Bluetooth earpiece that we know that Saul uses constantly in Breaking Bad. We also get a few miscellaneous clips from the trailer involving Kim smoking inside her apartment again, Howard's car reverse parking, and Gus back to work at Los Pollos, even though we already knew that Gus went back to work by episode 604, considering that he came home in his work outfit. Let me know what you thought about the 605 trailer, along with what you thought about episode 604. If you have any thoughts on what we should focus on discussing from episode 604, also let me know. I'd appreciate a like on the video if you've enjoyed anything I've said today, and if you're new to the channel or just haven't yet already, subscribe and hit that bell notification to stay updated on when I post new content on Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. I thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out!
What kind of asshole moves a cone?